Romania's internet is probably more free than yours. And the reason why will absolutely shock you. And if you are from the West, you should know your freedom of speech comes with a lot of strings attached. However, in Romania, it absolutely does not. Hello and welcome back to the Traveling Report. Today I wanted to go over why exactly Romania, as a tech giant realistically in Eastern Europe, is an extremely free internet society, and why this shows that inherently a lot of what is seen in other countries doesn't have to be the case. As many of you will know, Romania is not exactly a clean society. It has a ton of issues with corruption. It has a ton of issues being a mafia state, which, of course, if you look down in the description down below, whenever I upload and categorize all of the videos, I will go over why Romania continues to be a mafia state and why the Balkans in general tends to lean towards the ridiculous nature of what is realistically a mafia state. However, with this information in mind, it would make all the more sense to shut down internet, to restrict people's free speech, to silence dissenting voices. But this isn't what you're seeing. In fact, quite the opposite. A lot of unpopular opinions very much make it to Romanian mainstream news even. And no one's getting arrested. The total amount of people that have been arrested for journalism in Romania are 5. Since not 2000, not 1990, 1989. 1989 to 2025, you have 5 people that have been arrested for their journalistic tendencies. Guess what? Guess how many people have been given takedown requests since 1989 on the internet? Less than 300. Practically zero. But for all intents and purposes, less than 300 is less than what happens in the United States in a day. One single day. And so it's with this freedom of information, freedom of the internet, freedom to choose your path, that Romania is massively undiscovered in terms of a privacy destination. And if you are looking for a place where you can run businesses that are more geopolitically sensitive, like, let's say, a journalistic tabloid, or you're trying to create some multi-jurisdictional structuring like me, and you don't want the direct involvement of the government, typically the Romanian government isn't getting involved. And they pride themselves on this. They pride themselves on really not doing much. And in some ways that is lacking benefits. If you look at the infrastructure development, it is lackluster, especially in the southwest of the country. I'm currently here in Craiova, Romania, and certainly there is issues and problems with roads, problems with people being able to access public healthcare, and so forth. However, this is something that is so minuscule, I feel, in comparison to the greater freedoms you have. And Romania is a very free destination, not just in internet, but in all aspects of society. I will go over in the description why Romania is so free, why Romania does end up being so absolutely free in its way it describes people, in the way it treats people. But it's with that obviously there is some level of lawlessness, not necessarily lawlessness, but lacking enforcement of laws, which in the case of Romania is not that bad, as I feel entirely safe going outside at 2 a.m. to go get a drink. You know, I've gone out at 2 a.m. to go get a bottle of water, and it's been absolutely fine. No one talked with me, no one bothered me. I have gotten a lot of stares, but that's more so because I am American. And so it's with this that Eastern Europe actually embodies the American values more than America itself, as there is zero suing culture, there is zero state overreach culture, whereas in the United States it has become increasingly likely for the state to get involved in anything you do. Now, I will say that it's not as bad as the headlines say. And I will say that the United States is strung along in a lot of deals. And I think that realistically, the US has been getting slammed, while it's not necessarily the case that the US is dying, like a lot of people say. However, the main thing about Romania and the main thing about Romanian society is they value freedom. I was talking with my taxi driver in Iași, Romania, who was a very young individual. He was around my age, around 22, 23. And he was talking with me about what he thought was good about Romania. And one of the first things that came out of his mouth was freedom. And I thought about that. I truly did. And I went to Palace Mall, and I can tell you, these people are so free in what they do. They are so free in speaking to you. They will complain about the government. They will complain about whatever they want to complain about. And it is very much a community of people who are governing themselves. So there isn't mass violent crime. There isn't stealing at a large level, even though the government does not truly punish that. Now, it was a bit different if you looked at the 2000s. A lot more I'll have to bleep that out, but I'm sure you get what I meant. A lot more stealing, a lot more chaos, a lot more violence. However, it's with this that it has become one of the most underrated destinations. And if you're looking for a place to get more underrated destinations or consulting for underrated destinations, I've linked down below the Calendly, and you can book a call 15 minutes, absolutely free, one-on-one. And if you are looking for a way to support the channel, feel free to subscribe. If you liked the video, feel free to toss a like on it. If you really liked the video, feel free to share it. This has been the Traveling Report, signing off.